So apparently some decoy voice made a video about me.
Asmongold versus Hasan isn't quite like The Rock fighting John Cena, but like when John Cena shows up when you're just about to go, as Hasan desperately tries to drag down Asmongold.
Black fatigue? Oh yeah. Asmongold is entertaining the new meta of black fatigue, which is like, I'm sorry, the lamest way to be a white supremacist.
When Asmongold can easily prove Hasan wrong.
It's actually embarrassing. Like, what is this?
It is embarrassing.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
You just can't openly be racist. You have to just be like, oh, I just have black fatigue.
This is exactly why black fatigue is a thing. Black fatigue isn't a thing. Why are you literally just lying?
As this isn't even the first time Hasan has tried to spread lies about Asmongold.
Why you just make shit
Asmongold
up,
on top.
Oh God.
Bro, Asmongold thinks dudes that look like you should perish from the national borders of this country. He's like, Asmongold be like, you're close enough in San Diego. Might as well move to the other side of the border. And this,
as he constantly frames Asmongold as a racist.
India had Gandhi. It's the country of peace and harmony. Asmongold had a fairly balanced take. Dude, Asmongold would literally laugh at you being ethnically if you're Indian, okay? He thinks browns are inferior. What the f are you talking about?
Oh man, it's crazy to see them lined up. You know what I mean? Whenever you line them all up, oh man, that's crazy. Who says shit like this?
So between the fatigue comment, the comments about Mexicans and Indians, all within what seems to be a month, this just looks like projection more than anything, as I've watched a fair bit of Asmongold streams recently, and I've never seen him bring up race against anybody. So Hasan's constant projection seems more like a self-confession more than anything.
The thing is that, of course I don't do that, right? And I've made tons of racial jokes, and I'm gonna make tons more. But the fact is that I don't know, like, I don't know why you have to make up bullshit. I don't understand it. It's very, very weird. But that's just what people do. People love making up bullshit.
But it's the least of Hasan's worries, as what happened in DC, all eyes on Hasan, especially when he seemed to almost cover for him.
I'm not Mr. False Flag at all, but like every single thing that he did in the aftermath of the is so crazy that it's like, you could not have designed a better false flag incident like this. I'm not saying it is a false flag incident at all. I'm not saying that. I think this is just a one dude who is genuine in his actions and maybe, you know, a little bit brain broken.
There's a little bit. I mean, a little bit.
When Hasan read the manifesto, even when on emoji-only mode, his live chat seemed to support him.
It's a self-report. Right. I mean, it's obvious the reason why he went onto emote-only mode, and it's obvious the reason why all of the emotes were the hearts. Everybody knows it. It's obvious. I mean, that's it. I mean, what do you even say? Is it embarrassing? It is. It's embarrassing.
As Hasan has been known specifically for this for a while. And after those murders took place, everyone knew Hasan was screwed, as he would either need to call the killer out for being evil and alienate the audience that he's cultivated that supports it, or he doubles down and goes easy on the shooter, making it look like he supports it himself. Either way, he's losing. But after Hasan's Saturday stream, he was banned off Twitch.
Aiden got banned for less. Yeah, no, Aiden Ross did get banned for less. Aiden Ross got banned for unmoderated chat and that was a permanent suspension. And he was permanently suspended for years over that. How can he be expected to mod his chat? The thing is that, like, for example, earlier today, we were talking about like that guy's video, that ironically, that black fatigue video. And there were people in my chat that were saying things that were racist. The difference, though, is that I was actively disagreeing with it and saying that it was wrong and not being in favor of it. That's the big difference there. So it's not that these people are in the community, because you're going to have bad actors and people that are saying these things in a chat room. That's what happens. You've got thousands of people in a chat room. You're going to have a few crazy messages. But the reality is that whenever you're playing into it and you're not moderating it at all, and you're not even pushing back about it publicly, you've got some problems.
as obviously Pepsi and Disney don't want their advertisements played between clips of Hasan talking about false flags, how the guy was genuine in his actions, and reading the manifesto while hearts get spammed in the chat. But it doesn't really mean anything when apparently the ban was just for 24 hours, essentially just giving him Sunday off. Where Asmongold chimes in, stating it's more of a reward than a punishment as it just gives him more attention. And Grums calls out how being mean to someone on Twitch gets you a 2-week ban, Asmongold got a 2-week ban, and this will all come back to bite Twitch in the near future.
It will. This will become a bigger and bigger problem every single time that it happens. Every time that there's a flare-up, every time that there is a event like this that happens, everybody is going to bring up all of the inconsistent moderation that Twitch has and the toxic elements of the website, and it's going to simply hurt the website more and more and more. And so eventually what's going to happen, and you're seeing even Canute talk about this, Mizkif talk about this, the ad revenue for Twitch is dropping dramatically. And the reason why it's dropping so much is because people are not advertising on the website. Number one, because Amazon obviously does a bad job serving ads. And number two, because the website has gotten a worse and worse reputation. And you'd have to be a fool to think that none of these advertisers care about this or hear about this at all. Think about how many people have sent emails to these advertisers complaining about this. Probably thousands. Yeah, there's been a lot of people.
Seems it already is, with some people reporting a 50% reduction in ad revenue, while others report a 75% cut, now considering moving to other platforms.
They should. I think the future is multi-streaming, and it's about getting your content out to as much people as possible. And you can no longer rely on Twitch to be able to provide you a stable income. I think that when I start multi-streaming, you're going to see a lot of people that are going to move after I do it. Like that will, I think it will be a very, very big moment. Migration's real? Yeah. And we'll have to wait and see. But I think that a lot of people are waiting on somebody to do it and for it to actually kind of like happen. Because like, why don't you now? Honestly, because I haven't set it up. I'll probably start sometime next week.
Let's say you pressure institutions hard enough that Twitch actually enforces some sort of ban.
Yes.
Okay. And then what? I go on YouTube. I start my, I continue live streaming on YouTube. YouTube is not going to take these kinds of pressures seriously.
For one,
Man, he doesn't know? I guess not.
This guy already destroyed Twitch revenue, so don't come over to YouTube to do the same, as I, like many people, could not survive a sudden 75% pay cut.
Well, let's just real quick. I mean, how many YouTubers do you know that censor content in their videos constantly because they're afraid of getting their videos demonetized or getting suspended? Like, I mean, Decoy did this like 5 times inside of this video already itself. So I think that that proves it immediately that that's not true. YouTube might not give in to pressures through the ADL, but they'll give in to other pressures, and they have other problems that are worse comparatively.
But also, Hasan has no idea how much more censorship he would face on this platform versus the platform that lets him get away with essentially everything. As I'm convinced Twitch prioritizes spreading propaganda higher than bringing in ad dollars.
Well, they do that. They do. And it's because the people that are making ban decisions don't have anything to do with making money. They get paid a flat salary, and that's it.
And Hasan's short ban proves it.
They don't care.
So moving to YouTube would probably fizzle out his career even faster. As even with Twitch's front page features, Hasan slips even farther behind Asmongold. And as Tectone calls it out, Hasan just doesn't drive viewership.
But Hasan has not built up that credibility to have any draw doing anything else. That's why when he comes on the OTK streams, the viewership barely changes by maybe 1,000 viewers. Where are all of Hasan's 40,000 viewers coming over to watch NMP's game day? They didn't show up.
Which makes sense, by the way. It makes sense. I wouldn't even criticize Hasan for that. I mean, that's like, for example, if I do a beauty tutorial, I don't think a lot of people would want to watch that unless it was ironic. Hasan does one type of content, so if he goes and does something different, obviously less people are going to watch because that's not what he built his audience around. But like, I think that obviously, like, yeah, sure.
Said this before, whatever viewership you get with a front page feature on any platform is your absolute cap. So I wouldn't be surprised if Hasan moved off platform without the insane levels of support he gets from Twitch to only average a couple thousand live viewers. So that's why Hasan acts like Asmongold's ex, constantly acting out just hoping he'll acknowledge him.
And say a collective thank you to the government for keeping us safe. I really think this is one of my masterpieces. This one, like, I really, when I thought of saying this, I was like, this is the best idea I've ever had.
Shut the f up, you cockroach. Oh my god. What a disgusting little creature this is, okay? Would you debate him? Yes, but he runs away from that sort of thing because he knows he would be humiliated because all he can do is just like chirp from his hug box, and that's it.
Of course.
Which Asmongold has zero use for.
Because he knows he would be humiliated because...
I don't debate people. I don't argue with people for any reason. I don't do it with anybody.
All he can do is just like chirp from his hug box, and that's it. And it is what it is.
Isn't that what Destiny says about you?
That's why I don't consider this a rivalry as much as a charity, because sadly an influencer's career is oftentimes based off of relevance, and nothing makes you more relevant than a public beef with a larger creator. Just look at how the H3H3 Hasan debate ended up with Ethan averaging more concurrent viewers than Hasan.
Is that true? Is that actually true? How do you look at viewership on YouTube? Let me see if I can find this. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, it doesn't show average viewers. Live subscriber amount, video statistics. Yeah, it doesn't show it. You can't see viewers. Yeah, I have no idea. I'd have to go and check.
So it doesn't matter if you look like an idiot shouting Ethan and the word racist over and over, you've still managed to regain relevance. The problem being, this time he's gaining relevance for the wrong reasons. As Zach highlights how people like Hasan are actually holding back the entire liberal movement.
Until the far left admits that they have a major problem with anti-Semitism, I'm afraid this won't be resolved. Yes, exactly. Like, this is the big issue, is that they are, it is impossible for them to admit that they have a problem. It is impossible. They cannot and refuse to admit that they have a single problem with this, and that's it.
With Tectone pointing out how it also holds Twitch back.
I'm so worried that if this behavior isn't addressed, if this isn't punished fully, there's no way I would be going to TwitchCon this year. I would be horrified.
I wouldn't either, honestly. Like, there were a number of examples of people that were, like, there is that one Kick streamer that, like, sexually assaulted NMP and Wake. And Twitch didn't do anything about that, and they didn't try to press charges on him or do anything. And, like, at that point, and there's also been, like, other stories of that was crazy. Yeah, I would never go to TwitchCon. Like, why is it that this person wasn't, like, why did you not charge this person for trespassing? Why didn't you do something about this? Because Twitch not doing anything about it, what they just did is they said, you can get a viral clip actually harassing streamers at TwitchCon, and it's okay to do that because we won't hold you accountable. That's crazy. That's insane.
So uncomfortable existing, knowing how many people of that convention are consuming this content.
Thank you, man.
I absolutely would not go.
Yeah.
Which brings up a much larger issue. Why would you want to go to a huge in-person convention just to be around the people in Hasan's live chat? And the more the mainstream starts to notice Hasan's insane antics, the harder it'll be for Twitch to scrub his stink off of their brand. And then I don't know what'll hurt Hasan more. Getting booted off the platform, or handing over his crown to a Roach King.
Oh, jeez.
Why doom scroll on social media all day when you have my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality? So subscribe to Decoy Voice.
Good one. Advertisement for himself. Yeah, I think in general, like, the way that this is, the way this has been handled by Twitch, I think is going to really, really massively backfire. It's going to backfire in a tremendously bad way. And I don't think Twitch fully understands the implications and the level of, like, of problem that this is going to create. But, yeah, Twitch is starting to sound like Crips versus Bloods, maybe. Do you think Twitch moderation is corrupt? I don't think corrupt is the right word. I think the right word is biased. And I think that they are biased. And I think that that bias and the transparency of that bias is it's so evident that there's no way anybody can deny it. And I think it's agenda-driven. It is. The bias makes them corrupt, though. Well, but that's the word I'm using. If you want to use corrupt, you can use that word. I'm not going to tone police you. I'm just saying that's the way that I think about it. That's the way that I see it. Yeah, I mean, progressive bias is astounding. Yeah, it's extremely severe. And I think that the worse that it gets, the worse that you're going to start seeing more and more people that are going to bring this up. And they're not biased. They are the bias. Well, yeah, sure, right? But, like, that's what I'm really saying. And I bet Karens run Twitch. I mean, I don't know who's running it, but, like, it's people that don't know what they're doing. And so, yeah, it's really that simple. Yeah, corruption implies they're being paid off. Yeah, they're not being paid off. They're being retarded for free.